Hello everyone. Today I made some mango pickle. This is a famous mango pickle, also called Aavakaya. It's famous from Andhra Pradesh area. Though I'm not from there, I learned it through a friend. I really love this pickle. This is the best and easiest pickle I have ever made. I made it last year. It was a hit, so I decided to make it again. The mangoes, we need to take them like raw, hard, and shell need to be completely formed. But here it is almost impossible to get those. By the time the shell forms, the mangoes are yellowish and sweeter. So I just this don't the thing is, like, we have to get a piece of shell for every piece. That's what it was told, but I couldn't do it. But last year I did this with the same thing, and it worked okay, so I'm making it again. This is the mustard powder. I made took the mustards and grinded them in the coffee grinder. It's about 6/10 of the cup. 1 tablespoon of fenugreek seeds, fenugreek seeds for 5 cups of the mango pieces. And this can be like about a half a cup of garlic cloves. You don't have to cut them, but a few of my garlic cloves are huge, so I had to cut them. But if you take, I don't have more, but I can add it later, like tomorrow or day after. When I get it, I can just drop it in there. So if you get more, add more. Like these garlics, like marinate in there, and later on when you eat, like a month later or so, when you eat it, they taste very good. So for 5 cups of mango pieces, 6/10 of the cup of mustard powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of fenugreek seeds, and about a half a cup of even if you put 1 cup, it doesn't really matter, of garlic cloves peeled, and 6/10 of the cup of salt, 6/10 of the cup of the chili powder. Again, chili powder for pickles, you need to use very good chili powder. Usually in olden days they used to make fresh right then and there, make all these ingredients fresh, even salt also, they used to get the rock salt and grind it right then and there. But it's all not possible these days. But if you have a red chili powder without any ingredients, without anything added in there, just a plain red chili powder, that would be wonderful. So that's the pickle chili powder. Pickle chili powder, if you ask for pickle powder, this in northern India, they have a different pickle powders. You might get all the spices mixed pickle powder or something, so don't use that. This is just the chili powder we want, just used for the pickles. So also, add all these, take all these dry powders, mix into a bowl and mix them very well. Once they are all mixed, once they are all mixed, add the garlic cloves and also fenugreek seeds in there, and oil. We need how much we took for each of, measure, like 6/10 of the measure we took it for those 3 powders. So oil is 3 times 6/10, 3 cups of 3/6 cup of oil in it. We need to take, this is usually they use sesame oil. Back in India, olden days, they used to make the oil also fresh, sesame oil. But some people use peanut oil also. I used peanut oil. I always use peanut oil for all my cooking here too. If you don't have any of these available, you can go ahead and use the vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you have. But preferably if it is sesame oil, first choice, and peanut oil, second choice. So 3 measures of the oil I took. 3 measures means each measure is 6/10 of the cup. Then mix everything very well. Once that mixture is ready, add the mango pieces also. Fenugreek seeds and also garlic cloves we need to add. The mango pieces, mangoes, the sourer the better, but it is hard to get them here, exact mangoes. Mango fruits we get it, but raw mangoes, how we want, that is really hard to get here. So, but this is not spoiling. Like back home, they say like if the shell is not hard enough and each piece doesn't have a piece of shell, the pickle will spoil. But that didn't happen. I still have some from last year. So mix it well and take it into the jar. And the thing is, like, you know, we leave it in the jar for 3 days without touching. Once you 3 days later, you mix it again. When you mix it, after mixing, taste it a little bit. If the salt is not enough, then add the salt. Salt, we take the measurement, but you know, usually salt, if any pickles, like what depending on how the fruit we are taking, the mango, how sour it is, based on that and other spices, everything, the salt may be little low. I mean, that may absorb the salt more, so that way, like, you know, salt you may not be enough. So look at that bowl. I'm not throwing it in the sink. I'm not washing it yet. Let me tell you what this, like, you know, let me finish this first. And I put this, cover it and put the lid on it. So if you see the oil might, 3 days later, that oil may be like 1.5 or 2 inches long, floating, which is good. That's how the pickle stays longer without spoiling. There's some people use it for 2 years too. It can stay. It's not a problem. The taste might change a little bit 2 years later, but it still stays good. So I'm putting the cover and then the lid and leaving it on the counter. I'm not taking it, keep it in a dark area like a pantry or anywhere. I'll just leave it. Third day when I mix it, I change. If the salt is less, I'll add some more salt. If the salt is a key element in all the pickles, if it is not enough, it's going to get moldy because we don't keep the pickles in the refrigerator. But just this one really went well outside, did well outside. And oil might look little more, but don't worry, that is how it is supposed to be. If once the pickle is finished, any leftover oil you can use it in any other things you make. And the bowl I put aside, the mixing bowl, I added some rice and mixed it. This is a big thing back in India. When the day we make the pickles, everybody sits around, everybody want that rice mixed with the bowl, mixed in the bowl. So that's very tasty rice. So you won't get it anytime. That's the only time you get it. So everybody sits there and try to get a bite of it. So an hour later, see, the oil is floating on the top. It's about, like, you know, it may, like I'm showing, like it may be 1.5 to 2 inches wide length. Oil might float once as they marinate it more. And that's how it's supposed to be. Try this. It's very easy and very tasty. It goes very well with rice or bread or anything. If you like spicy food, this is it. You want to try it. Thank you for watching.